Hi everyone. Today in this video we will talk about nutrition and different types of nutritions. Nutritions and different types of nutrition. What is nutrition? What is the uses of taking nutrition into the body? The procurement of the nutrients or the intake of nutrients into the body. The intake of nutrients, the intake of the nutrients into the body. Into the body. For what purpose we need to take these nutrients? For what purpose we need to generally take these nutrients? We need to take these nutrients for maintenance of our body. The nutrients will provide some energy. So for maintenance and for energy requirement and for energy requirements, we take the nutrients. Right? So for the maintenance and for the energy requirement, we generally take nutrients. So every organism requires nutrients? Yes. For the survival of the different life processes. For the survival of different life processes in the body, nutrition is very, very important. The life processes, here nutrition is also one of the important life process. Along with that, respiration. So let me write some important life processes: digestion, respiration, circulation, and the last one is, it's not last one, excretion. You can also mention coordination. Okay, and reproduction also we can mention here. But reproduction is not, it is not an important life process. Why? Why it is not an important life process? Because all the organisms cannot survive with this main important four things like digestion, respiration, circulation, excretion. You can also take coordination like nervous system. But an organism can survive without reproduction. For example, if an animal is not giving birth, it can live. But if an organism stop its heart, or if it stop sending out of waste materials, the excretory system get failed, then what it is going to do? Yes, it is obviously going to die. If such an organism is not undergoing the process of reproduction, definitely that organism is going to stay. So, life processes are necessary for maintaining the life. And reproduction is not an important life process. So, nutrients are required for maintaining the life process. But some organisms can prepare their own food and some organisms cannot prepare their own food. So, let us go through that. So, nutrients can be taken in a larger quantity or in a minute quantity. So, I can categorize nutrients into two types. One is macronutrients and other one is micronutrients. What is macronutrients? The macro itself says the word large. Macronutrients which are required in larger quantities. They are required in larger quantities like carbohydrates, proteins and fats are required in larger quantity. So whatever we take intake, mostly we take carbon compounds. Understand? So we require majorly carbohydrates, proteins and fats. And what are the nutrients which we take regularly in a diet in a very minute quantity? They are nothing but vitamins and minerals. Yes, vitamins and minerals are taken in a least quantity, whereas macronutrients like carbohydrates, proteins and fats we will take in a large amount. Let us see carbohydrates. What do the carbohydrates gives? So we regularly eat chapati, rice, potatoes. So they contains lot of starch. Starch is a form of carbohydrate. So starch gives energy. Energy giving compounds are nothing but carbohydrates. We the Indians cannot live without carbohydrates because we are adapted to that particular type of foods. Next, proteins. Proteins are useful for body building. So proteins are required for formation of tissues. They repair the tissues. They help in formation of new cells. Understand, fats. They give excess of energy. Excess of energy can be obtained by taking fats. I think you have understand carbohydrates, proteins and fats. Whereas vitamins and minerals, they protects from diseases, deficiency diseases. There were certain diseases which can be caused due to the deficiency of vitamins. Like if you take a less amount of A, it can call retinol. Vitamin A is retinol, it can cause us iron skin diseases. Understand, for example, if you take if you take some citrus fruits, vitamin C is rich in citrus fruits. If you don't take them, it can lead to scurvy, bleeding around the gums. It could, that means if a vitamins are not taken in an appropriate amount, they may cause deficiency diseases. Many diseases are there, like blood clotting. If for example you take vitamin K is absent, it delays in blood clotting. If D is absent, most of the people now they prefer to stay inside the houses and not getting sufficient amount of sunlight. What do this sunlight do actually? The sunlight will convert the fat into vitamin D. So at least we need to stay for minimum 1 to 2 hours or 4 hours according to the need. We need to stay in the sun so that vitamin D can be synthesized from our cholesterol. So sunlight is the main source of energy for any organism. Understand? So we have seen the introduction. Let us see the different types of nutrients. Basically, nutrients are categorized into two main types. One, they can prepare the food. Other, they cannot prepare the food. The one which has been preparing the food are called autotrophs. So, nutrition, basically, I can categorize into two types. One is autotrophic nutrition, and other one is heterotrophic nutrition. What is auto? Self-preparing. The organisms which can prepare their own food. Can you prepare our own food? No, we cannot prepare our own food. Someone should provide us the food, then we cook it. So, some organisms cannot prepare their own food are called heterotrophs. Some can prepare their own food. Prepares own food. Prepares own food are called autotrophs. Autotrophic nutrition, and the organisms which has been taking part are called autotrophs. The nutrition is called autotrophic nutrition, and who is preparing those organisms are called autotrophs. They cannot prepare their own food. They cannot prepare their own food. They are called heterotrophs. They are called heterotrophs. So I cannot prepare my own food. I can prepare my carriage, but I can't prepare some grains or anything. So they were called heterotrophs, and I was an heterotroph. So I actually consume the food. Where do I consume the food? I take from the producers and I consume it. So I am called a consumer. Consumers, heterotrophs are consumers, whereas they were preparing the food. So they were called producers. They were called producers. The universal producers are plants. Universal producers. Plants are the universal producers. Wherever you go to any area, plants has to produce the food. Okay, we can't artificially generate the food. Understand? How do plants perform this type of mechanism? By a process of photosynthesis. So this process is mostly capable and carried in the plants. So the process of preparing the food from the inorganic molecules. It is a process of converting the inorganic molecules into organic molecules. So it is a conversion of inorganic simple molecules. It is a process of converting inorganic simple molecules to organic complex molecules. So plants, only the plants can do this. I can also write some other example. Blue-green algae can also, example, blue-green algae or cyanobacteria can also perform photosynthesis. Photosynthesis in which the inorganic molecules. What are these inorganic molecules? Water and carbon dioxide are the inorganic molecules. They were converting into organic molecules, but here someone is needed to speed up this reaction. The main energy source is the sunlight, the sun, and the green color compound which is present in the leaves. This is called chlorophyll. And what is the organic complex molecule thus synthesized? The organic molecule thus synthesized is a glucose. And along with the glucose, some main products are also being released like water and oxygen. So plant is been preparing glucose from carbon dioxide. That means these inorganic molecules are being converted into organic molecules. This one can be chemically represented by taking the equations which was given by Robert Hull. It was a balanced equation. Carbon dioxide plus water in the presence of light by chlorophyll. You need to mention this because without this the reaction cannot start, because photosynthesis takes place during daytime and someone has to take the sunlight. Who is that someone? Chlorophyll. It prepares glucose C6H12O6 plus water is being released plus oxygen is also be released, but it was not balanced. Let us make it balanced. How many carbons are there? 6 here. So let's write C6H12. So let's balance the equation. C is 6 carbons and hydrogens how many? 12 into 2, 24 hydrogens. How many oxygen molecules are there? 12. 12 plus, here if you see, 6 into 2 is equal to 12. Total 24 oxygen molecules are there here. Let's balance this side. 6 carbons, okay, finished. 12 hydrogens here and 12 more hydrogens I need to write. 6. 6 2 ja 12. So hydrogens finished. Let us see oxygen. 6 oxygens here. 6 and this 6, 12. And let us balance this one. 6 2 ja 12. So totally the equation got balanced. So this is a generalized equation, very important equation, in which we can see the food has been prepared from inorganic molecules. I hope you understand this video. In the next coming part, we will talk about heterotrophic nutrition and its types. Thank you.